All right, good Wednesday evening, everybody. It's been a really nice day. Chilly again this morning. We were about 40 degrees, of course, not close to freezing, and that's going to be the trend. Temperatures warming up as we go through the rest of the week and the weekend. Actually, by the weekend, it's going to be really warm and kind of muggy out there, so you may have to go from using your heater a couple of days ago to running the AC again by the second half of the weekend. But that's what fall is all about. Temperatures are up and down. It's the roller coaster that we often talk about this time of the year, and we're definitely on the upswing now because of a southerly breeze around high pressure, which is right there off the coast of the panhandle of Florida. In this position, we get a south breeze. Now, there is a boundary to the north of us. It's not going to move through. It's going to move back up to the north, and we're going to continue to see that southerly wind. With a persistent south wind, though, you know that's going to bring up the humidity with time. Right now, it's not so bad. It feels good out there, but that's why we're saying by the end of the weekend, we're going to have about 4 straight days of nothing but southerly winds coming off the Gulf, and that's going to bring up the dew point. Dew point's already back in the low 50s, but they're likely going to be in the 60s as we get into the weekend. And we are seeing a couple of clouds out there. No rainmakers. We're not expecting anything in the way of rain until now, at least early next week, which means we're pushing the rain out of the forecast for the weekend. And this weekend is going to be fantastic. 54 degrees right now, but notice the dew point is 52, so there's not a whole lot of room for the temperature to drop. And there will be some clouds overnight. That's going to keep our temperatures up. So I'm thinking upper 40s to low 50s. First thing in the morning, some mid 50s back off to the west of us. And then tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be at least as warm as it was today. Today's high was 76. That's what we're going to forecast for tomorrow, but it would not be a big shock to see high temperatures 77, 8, 9 degrees, even close to 80. And I think we will be in the low 80s once we get to the weekend. So it's all about the position of this area of high pressure. It's actually going to get a little bit closer to us as we get into tomorrow. That's why winds are going to be fairly light, and then it moves back off to the east. Winds are going to increase from the south. It's going to keep us warm for the rest of the weekend. Look, dry. We don't see anything in the way of rain. No major storms headed this way. So it's all about the warming trend. And there you see the afternoon highs, warming from 76 to 78, 79, and then 80 by Sunday and Monday. The average high is 69, so that's running about a dozen degrees, 10, 12 degrees above the norm for the third week of November, because we'll be going into the third week of November. Just crazy to think, because a couple of spots in Mississippi actually tied record lows in the mid-20s yesterday morning, and now we're already talking about temperatures in the 80s and numbers running about 12 degrees above average. And we're going to stay that way. It'll stay warm through next week, and the end of our 8-day forecast is actually just a week out from Thanksgiving. So tonight, fair initially, then partly cloudy by the morning, a low of 51. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warm with a light southwest breeze. The high temperature at 76. So 50s in the morning, mostly 70s to low 80s in the afternoon. Then we will see a chance of rain, but it's not really going to cool down all that much. We think a front's going to move by mostly to the north of us. It'll get close enough that we'll see some rain chances, but not great coverage expected. Maybe up to 30% by Tuesday, and this is changeable because at first we thought the rain was going to be coming in over the weekend. The front looked like it was going to get here a little bit sooner, but now some of the models are backing that up and making it stall just a little bit farther to the north of us. So the forecast is going to come in focus over the next couple of days regarding next week, but I think the overall picture is that it's going to be warmer than it should be in November. The humidity is going to be higher than it really should be at this time of the year, and we are going to be mostly dry with fairly comfortable temperatures. I mean, it's not even going to be close to freezing through next Thursday. And again, next Thursday is 1 week out from Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is kind of late this year. It's the 27th of November. All right, that is your forecast for tonight. Meteorologist Megan Hanna is going to be here first thing in the morning with your next update. Have a good night.